3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, it's Chris.
And Fur.
And you know us as CD2 Fishing, and we're back for our weekly installment of Tackle Talk Thursday. The last video of ours you would have seen would have been our last tournament video. Now, let's go ahead and get some stuff out of the way really quickly. There will not be a tournament video. I know I made a little post about that, just letting you guys know, and then I wanted to reiterate it here. The weather that we had was just, I mean, brutal bad weather, just bad all the way around. So we opted not to fish it. Do I regret the decision not to fish it? Very much. But hey, listen, what can you do? Sometimes, you know, you gotta be cautious, and I'm not very cautious in a lot of situations, and I need to learn to be. So we're not gonna dwell on it and push forward. But now that that's out of the way, our last tournament video, guys, it was a night of speed worms. How bad were they chewing speed worms?
Really bad.
We rolled up into our first offshore location, and I didn't even process it in my head while I was there. You got 100 things on your mind at any given second on the water, especially in a tournament. You throw the tournament in, that's another 100 things you're thinking about. I didn't even realize that the first offshore thing that we pulled up to, I caught one first cast. Missed one second cast, missed one third cast. Caught that same fish I missed on the fourth one. And it was nuts, and it kind of ended up being like that all night. So that kind of brought me to a point of how versatile a speed worm really is. So I figured, why not on Tackle talk about now my favorite soft plastic to throw. So you're gonna have, now there are a couple different ones. As you guys can see here, you've got the Zoom Dead Ringer. Now this is June Bug Red. If you guys are down here in Florida, do yourself a favor, pick up a bag of June Bug Red, you're welcome. That's the regular size. Now when you step up to the big ones, these here are the Magnum U-Vibe speed worms. So look at the size of them there. They each kind of play their part. There'll be some days that I just go straight into it with a mag speed worm. Here lately, kind of my go-to style, and I know quite a bit of other guys are like this. I use the smaller ones as a search bait, and when I get 1 or 2 bites in an area, you'll see me put that down, which is this rod right here. And you guys, this is how serious I am about speed rods, or speed rods. Somebody help me, please, please. I don't know if the sun's getting to me or my son is getting to me or what, but
I have nothing to do with it.
Anyways, this is my Guggen Black Rod. It's a go-to 7.3 medium heavy fast action. I bought it on a whim. I mean, if you can't tell behind us that we kind of like Guggen stuff. And hey, their rods are no different. I like them too. We got a lot of them and got a lot of Fitzgeralds. So. And then, speaking of Fitzgerald, look at that segue. Look at that segue. Show business, baby. This is on a 7'3" medium heavy, so same size rod, but this is a Fitzgerald Fishing Stunner HD. Same size, same specification, same everything. This rod actually seems to have a little bit more backbone, which is why I opt to go to it. Both of these setups are actually on lighter line than I should be running. Most guys I know run 17 to 18 pound fluoro. We are on 16 pound Sunline fluoro. I've been broken off, but I've also been broken off on 18 and 20 on chatterbaits. So I think it's toothy critters that are breaking it, not largemouth. Unfortunately, down here in the south, and I know you guys deal with bowfin all over. We call them mudfish down here. We have them and then chain pickerel, which you'll hear us refer to them as jacks because apparently us rednecks here in Florida just have to pronounce everything our own way and not regular ways. But so that's basically my setup on that. Here lately I have been leaving the house with both rods set up just as you see them. And really quickly, I always pin my weights. Some guys opt not to. I would say 98% of the time you're gonna see us pinned, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just a single bobber stop. I just so happen to have some Guggen ones that they sent us. Check out our last video, the shirt unboxing. That's part of what came with it. Guys, I run a little bit heavier weight than most guys do. So take this advice with a grain of salt, because how bad is it sometimes working through thicker vegetation?
Very bad.
It sucks. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and explain why. But really quickly, when I'm on my smaller, just my regular speed worms, 1/4 ounce tungsten. Okay, 1/4 ounce. Now, this is where it'll get tricky on a Magnum, depending on how much water I'm fishing in. Like right now, it is rigged with a 1/4 ounce. That's exactly what Fur's rigged with too. And he was whacking them on that as well. And guys, if y'all have watched this for any amount of time, you know how much I care about a Zoom dead ringer.
Yes.
Yes, that's on my Mount Rushmore of baits.
Me too.
Well, I think right next to a dead ringer smiling face is going to be a speed worm. I will run the mags if I'm fishing a little bit deeper, a 3/8 ounce tungsten. And again, guys, that's pinned. Now, there's gonna be a couple ways you can do this. Straight shank hook, or like an offset. You've got an EWG hook here. That is a 4/0 6-cents EWG. Now, this is what I've been doing, guys. This is a 6-cents ox flipping hook. Just the ox flipping hook. That is a 4/0. Okay. I've recently started switching to straight shank hooks with a snell knot. Gosh, I just went blank. I'm telling you guys, I've had a rough week. So this is a 4/0, 6-cents. This is the ox flipping hook, snell knotted. On my bigger one is a 6/0 on the mag. Guys, I fell into a bit of a slump. Now listen, again, take this with a grain of salt. Try it. If you guys need any help, if you're a newer angler or not familiar with the snell knot, hit me up. I'll see about posting the snell knot. I don't know if I posted it or not. I know it's on my Instagram, but drop a comment if you need to see it. Snell knots. I've got a really good video. Actually, Fur took a really great video of us on our backyard lake here, just right down the road from us. Where was I at? I tangent a lot, if you guys can't tell.
Now I can't remember.
Straight shanked hooks?
Yes.
Okay. I went on a slump. Like, he was online looking for new fishing partners behind my back. He doesn't think I caught him, but I caught him. But anyways, guys, I went on a bad slump missing fish. And when you miss a lot of fish like that, you get in your feelings. And I was big mad. I was big mad. So I started talking to some people, and I knew a couple old timers that use straight shank hooks on soft baits. I've got like 900 different flipping hooks right now, just all laying around. So I said, listen, I'm gonna go try it. And I think short of just me being stupid and missing fish on Lake Russo the other day, I don't think I missed a fish on worm. I mean, I dead stuck a 6 pound, what, 3 ounce mudfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 6 pound, 3 ounce mudfish, guys. That far under the head of my trolling motor. I eased up over him, and I was bored, and I love catching mudfish. Again, bowfin.
Bowfin,
Yep, I love catching them. Just, they're so aggressive, man, and they're cool. It's a dinosaur. It's a freaking modern day dinosaur, guys. The more research you do about a bowfin, the cooler they get, and shame on you if you kill them. They're not a snakehead. Do not kill bowfins, guys. They're dinosaurs, man. If a T-Rex walked in front of you, would you be enamored going, oh my goodness, a dinosaur is still living amongst us? Or would you just pull out your 44 Magnum and cap him? Never mind, don't answer that, guys. I know what most of y'all crazy rednecks will say out there. Anyways, yeah, I pulled up and I was fumbling for my dang power pole remote that I wear around my chest. And I literally pulled and set my poles down, and my boat came to a dead stop with the bottom of my trolling motor almost touching this mudfish's head. I took this rod right here, and I said, and I dropped it straight down, and before he could spook, he turned around and nailed it and took off into the lily pads, and I laid the wood to him, and that was fun. But yeah, and if you guys know anything about them, they death roll like an alligator, man, and they're violent. This is the king of mudfish right here. This boy's caught 2 this year over 8. They're just absolute prehistoric, just monsters. But yeah, guys, I've been using a straight shank hook. Again, 4/0 flipping hook for the regular size one. You can get by, and I'm sure if you guys have done any flipping and tinkered with flipping hooks, you know there are no 2 brands that their sizing is the same. So a 4/0 Gamakatsu heavy cover flipping hook in comparison to like this 6 cents ox hook, they're going to be totally different. So I don't know why. I'm not a manufacturer of hooks, I can't tell you. Couple other hook brands we use. I like 6 cents just for the simple fact that they sell 6 cents at the Walmart right down the road from us. You can tell I'm country. At the Walmart. At the Walmart. That one's for you, Dad. Or should I say Papa? The Walmart. He's going to slap me at work tomorrow, watch. But yeah, it's just easy, guys. I can pick him up there when we're grocery shopping or grabbing snacks for, you know, whatever sport he's playing at the time and whatnot. Another great flipping hook is a Guggen flipping hook. Now their gold series is really killer. I did have a pack of gold. Yeah, right here.
Yep.
Right here, when you read the back of the Guggen Gold Series flipping hooks, does that name look familiar to you guys? Yeah, that's Hayabusa, if you're wondering. They partnered with Hayabusa on their Gold Series hooks, guys. Do not sleep on it. I know Guggen takes a lot of crap, and I know I just showed you 6 cents hooks, and I'm showing you Guggen right after it. That just goes to prove to you that I don't care about internet beefs. I only care about catching fish. But I like these because they have a monofilament keeper on them to keep the bait. Now it's catch-22 because you'll change hooks a lot more because that monofilament will start to wear out a lot more than, say, your plastic collar like on a 6 cents. Now, Berkeley Fusion hooks actually have a stainless steel keeper on it, which is pretty neat too. And again, I can get those at Walmart as well. And I do have some. I flip with them just playing around. You know, hooks are good. You know, I don't want to say hooks are hooks because clearly if you guys go just get like a $1 pack of hooks from Walmart or a $10 pack of hooks from like Vector hooks or something like that. Shout out Vector. They're a Florida brand. I got to reach out to Vector, actually. I'm going to write that down on this. Don't let me forget that. Let's reach out to Vector and talk to them.
Reach out to Vector.
They're in the big metropolis of Quincy, Florida. If you guys have ever traveled through there, you know why I made that joke. Shout out to Quincy. Cool little place up through there. But all right, so now that we got all that out of the way, now what everybody else runs for weights, again, guys, on a regular size worm or even a Magnum quarter, if I'm fishing deep water, I throw the Magnums on a 3/8. Everybody else under the sun is going to tell you 3/16, and I will tell you right now, if you do not want to deal with the aggravation that I deal with, and you're fishing very heavy cover, I would do a 3/16. They're not wrong. So I would start out, if you don't fish a lot of speed worms, start with a 3/16, and then adjust from there. Now, the reason I run quarter is how versatile these baits are. What different ways? Now, this is his first year using speed worms. How many different ways have you used it personally? Not including what you've seen me throw.
I think 3 different ways, maybe.
Burning them. Subsurface. Now, another way he hasn't done it is you can actually take these and rig them weightless, just a weightless Texas rig, and you can buzz them on the surface. Picture this running like a buzz bait up top. How that tail walks? That's another way to do it. Now, we've worked at swimming. You've dragging the bottom.
Yeah, and then I also jigged it through a brush pile with that tail moving like that. That's how I caught that 4.5, almost 5 pounder.
Yep. So
grass and brush.
Yep, exactly. So that right there, guys, let me break down a scenario to you. We're pulling down a bank that we've got. We've got a canal system. Now this is 9 times out of 10 going to be my approach to our home lake if we're fishing in the evening here lately for these tournaments. I go and I start in a canal. That canal, I mean, well, I've drug 3-4 pound fish out of a foot of water, less than a foot of water, flipping and stuff. So you're, say, 1 to 3 feet. Okay? Fine. Speed worm, burn it through there. Regular size speed worm, catch a ton of fish doing it that way. Now, there's docks there. I can take this and skip it up under the dock. I can drag it through there. I can pinpoint and flip. Say fish are on the bed. I've run, and I just did this, yeah, on one of my videos from actually the lake I grew up on. I pull into a canal with watermelon red speed worms, and I'm burning it through the vegetation, right? Well, then out of the corner of my eye, I seen a fish on a bed tucked up under a dock. Guess what? Now a pitching bait. Now that tail, you can get that tail to work and dance, and you're still getting action even though it's sitting still. That's why I throw this bait the most, because it's almost really a search bait more than anything. There's so many different ways you can work it. It's such a versatile bait here in the state of Florida. You've got size options, 9 billion color options. There's 100 brands that make a speed style worm. I mean, Guggen's got the blazing worm, which they've got really great colors. Guys, here's a pro tip. Well, I don't want to say pro tip because I'm not a pro. I won't claim to be what I'm not. I'll get drugged by the BASS guys online. That's for you, Ben Milliken. Shout out to you, buddy. That's not a diss to Ben Milliken. That's in defense of Ben. I'm sure if you guys pay attention, you know what I'm talking about. What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, nightclub. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually got free ones from one of our Guggen trips.
Yes. The Guggen, blazing worm and nightclub, guys. I don't know what the heck it is about that color combo, but my goodness, in dark water conditions, is that not a beautiful color to throw? It's kind of similar to Zoom's South African Special, but it's a little bit different. There's not as much color in it. Who else? Bitters has them. Gambler. Bass Assassin. I mean, there's hundreds. There's got to be 100 different. I mean, Bitters has like 4 or 5 different sizes of them. I'm not telling you guys to run right out and get Zoom. I'm an old school Florida boy. Zoom is just what we had. You know, I was broke growing up. We could slide into Walmart, pick up a pack of Zooms. Back then, got for like $1.49 or something like that. Pack of watermelon red trick worms and take off to the lake and hammer them. That's also back when I used to melt them together when I'd rip them because I was too broke to go grab another pack. But yeah, guys, that's why I like working speed worms. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are already familiar with everything, but if you're not, we just wanted to make a video. This and a chatterbait, guys, has been our #1 tool. And then I'd say it's a big thumping spinner bait, like a big single Colorado blade, has kind of been our money baits here lately. Mm-hmm. Oh, I shouldn't say money baits because all I've done is spent money and not won money. But
close, but
if you guys are looking for just a universal fish catching bait, right here, guys, the Zoom speed worm. If you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about, or heck, even maybe something that we didn't talk about that you want us to talk about, drop a comment below or give us a holler on any of our social media. CD2 Fishing. You can catch us everywhere except for Twitter, which I'm working on trying to get Twitter actually set up. I don't know if a lot of fishing guys use Twitter, but we'll have it as an option. Yep. And also I'll link everything down below too. That way you guys have our information. You can even shoot me an email, it's fine. But all that information will be linked below. Also, a couple of our affiliates will be down there. But without further ado, guys, that's kind of a crash course tutorial on a speed worm. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and let the boss man take this one away because I'm tired of talking.
Make sure you guys check us out, like he said, on all their social medias, which will be linked down in the description. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
And real quick, guys, We just joined another bass club to go get his feet wet on some club style tournaments. So stay tuned. Those will be coming in middle of June, guys. Thank you for everything. And guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.